Hello there. So, today we're looking at Saturday Night Fever, starring John Travolta, of course. This time, to help me keep on track, I got a whole page of notes here. So, let's see how that helps me. So, this movie, first of all, I loved it. I love. We'll get into it. So, this movie is mainly about the main message of the movie is how to find yourself. It's about finding yourself. And the character learn um, learns throughout the story what it means to find yourself and how to do it. There's lots of messages and themes throughout this film, which, by the way, I think this movie proves that simple movies and simple movie ideas, or a seemingly simple movie, can be much deeper than you'd think. Because this movie, going into it, I had assumed was just John Travolta dancing around, pretty much. That's pretty much what I assumed this movie was going to be going into it. But as I went through, I started seeing lots of themes, messages, stuff like that. I got a bunch of them written down here. There's the theme of, um, no, the future. The future is a big theme throughout this movie, and thinking about the future and moving on to the future. The club's name that the characters go to throughout the movie is 2001, and the movie's set in the 70s. So that's just blatant symbolism of the future. Um, and the movie has an amazing feel to it. Like the atmosphere and the aesthetic of the movie is fantastic. As long as you're into disco type stuff, you're going to absolutely love this movie. The soundtrack here is amazing. You've got a bunch of different songs from the Bee Gees, which made Staying Alive, if you don't know. So you get a bunch of their music in here. John Travolta, of course, has amazing dance moves. Um, another theme in here is that your path in life isn't set in stone. You can do whatever you want in your life. I feel this is represented in the movie by John Travolta's brother, who it used to be a priest because his parents wanted him to be a priest throughout all his life. So he became a priest, but he quit, and his parents are very disappointed in him. But he quit being a priest so he could go on and do his own thing in life. I think that was some nice themes in there. And another big thing in here is that at the time this movie was made, disco music was supposed to be the future of music. And I feel this represents the character trying to move on to the future. And some other things in here are, don't ignore your friend's thoughts and feelings, because there is a character in here, I can't quite remember his name, but he's the smaller one of John Travolta's friends, and throughout the movie he's trying to talk to the main character, and he keeps like scrubbing him off, um, just writing him off, not really paying attention, and he says he'll call him later, but he never does. And by the end of the movie, that results in him just the friend just kind of not can't take it anymore. He essentially kills himself by jumping off the bridge at the end of the movie because he was neglected. His friends neglected him and his thoughts and his feelings. Another thing that our main character notices in here is that his friends aren't the best people. Near the end of the movie, he starts getting mad at his friends for the things they do. that's a nice realization to see this character find. And at the very end of the movie, the main character learns that it's okay to just be friends with someone. It doesn't have to be further. You can just be friends with someone, and that's nice to see our character learn at the end, especially the journey we see him go through with the lady he's pursuing. Another theme in here is don't get consumed by infatuation or obsession with someone. The One of the first ladies we see in the movie is obsessed with our main character, and he kind of ignores her and doesn't reciprocate any of her advances. And this eventually leads her to try to, I guess, make him jealous, and ends up getting wrapped with an E. I don't know how else to say that. It's a very uncomfortable scene to watch, and I kind of do wish that they expanded upon that further, because it happens, and then nothing happens because of it. Nothing really, nothing's ever said about it afterwards, which I think is a missed opportunity and could have been expanded upon further. I think that's about most of the things I have to say about this movie. I'm looking through my notes here. And the movie feels very real. Some of the best scenes in the movie are the dinner table scenes with the main character's family, and they feel very real. They feel like, a real family at a dinner table arguing, having conversations, which gives the movie a nice layer and feel to it. John Travolta's performance in this movie is, chef's kiss, absolutely amazing. I mean, you know what you're getting with John Travolta. Very good. Very, very good. And the choreography in this movie, also fantastic. There's this little behind the scenes fact that I learned, that the dance scenes were originally supposed to be filmed in close ups. So you could more see the characters than the dance moves. But John Travolta convinced the director otherwise to make it wide shots, so that you could see the choreography of the movie. And there is not a speech, but there's some stuff that the main character says towards the end of the movie. When they're at the dance competition, by the way, an amazing scene, they win first place, but they don't feel that they've earned the first place, because the club that they've been going to is where the competition was, and since they go there all the time, the main character feels like it was rigged, because no one else could get first place, since the main character's like family with the people at this club. So he gives his first place medal and the prize money to the second place people, because he feels that they earned it more. And then we get a little insight to his thoughts afterwards when he walks out. He says that everybody's got to dump their stuff on somebody. And he goes more in depth into this idea, and I thought that was very interesting. I do think this movie is very, very good. I do recommend that if you have the time, do watch it. Yeah, I have a scale 1 out of 10. I'd say I'd give it 8.5 or a 9, somewhere around that range. But of course, that's for you to decide for yourself how good the movie is. Watch the movie, decide how good it is for yourself. I can't really tell you how good a movie is. I can just give you ideas of how I felt about it. But I think that's going to be about it. I will see y'all later. Be good people.